Okay. Welcome, everybody. I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. We are 1 week from the end of the month. This is like my favorite time of the month because we're all like pushing so hard, going for these rank up promotions. So it's an exciting time. Basically today we're just going to talk about tasks. We're going to talk about posting and incorporating our life into our posts, finding a routine, comparison, setting goals for yourself and then missing them. And then, that feeling of defeat, really, what we can do to pick ourselves back up. And then signing people for the $99 since these codes for half off are about to end, or some of us have used all those codes. So, Kat, why don't you start? And I want you to just introduce yourself quickly, and then let's just jump right in and start talking about the things that we should be doing daily to work this business.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi, I am Katrina. I am a diamond leader. And so I joined in February to make an extra $500 because I went from renting to owning a house, and then I went diamond in 90 days, and then I'm pushing really hard for double. And we'll talk about later. I've been pushing for 3 months for double, so we'll get there eventually. So we'll just jump right in. So stuff you guys need to be doing daily is keep it simple. Posting, I tell my team that they should be posting. I post at least a couple product and then a couple opportunity posts every day. And I Taylor has said to do one product a week, and I really like that, but you can also do different products every day. It's up to you. But you have to be posting every day. But then posting isn't asking. So you should be messaging people, asking them. And then, I'm Facebook. Taylor can tell you more about Instagram because I am still working on that. But so you have to be messaging people, asking them whether they, Allie said that she has back in the day, she never asked people to try the products. She always asked them to join her team, and then if they said oh, they didn't want to do that, then she would ask them to do the products, which I've been doing that a lot lately, and it has been a game changer. So posting, messaging, following up with people, you should definitely be keeping a list of everyone and just following up with them. And then we'll go into more details later. And then I'm missing something. What is it? I should have probably wrote this out.
So posting, messaging, following up, growing our network.
Yes.
And our bonuses that I like to add on are taking care of your customers and connecting with your team. So Kat, why don't you talk solely about, we'll start with the most basic one, growing your network. How do we grow our network?
So I, like I said, I do Facebook. So Facebook is different than Instagram, but for Facebook, I add people who I have stuff in common with. So I can go on someone's Facebook page and within a couple scrolls figure out if I would vibe well with them. And so I'm a nurse, so anything that has anything to do with the medical field, obviously I'm gonna vibe well with them. I have now 3 dogs. I just got another dog yesterday. So now I have 3 dogs. So if they have animals, then I'm probably gonna vibe well with them. But and then obviously you have to make sure they're active on Facebook. And stuff like that. So Facebook, you kind of dig in, get to know them a little bit, and then add them. But you should, on Facebook, I would say a minimum of 15 to 20 people every day.
Okay, awesome. So I love Instagram. And so for Instagram, how I'm adding people is there's a few different ways I've been doing it. So sometimes as I'm interacting, just scrolling my feed, I'll find somebody that I just really like. I love her photos. We have stuff in common. And so then I will go to her profile. I'll go to her most recent photo. I'll click on the likes because I know that those people are active. And then I'll go follow all of the women who liked her photo because obviously they like her. I like her. We got to have something in common. Other things that I do is I'll go to the Discover page, which is the middle button at the bottom. And it just kind of like Instagram filters for you, like things that you like, hashtags that you search, it remembers everything. And basically it just puts people on there that it thinks you would like. And so then I will scroll my Discover page and find someone that I like. And then I'll go to her likes, like her most recent photo, go to the likes, follow all those people. That's how I do it. It's pretty simple. And I'm following, Instagram allows you to follow a different number every single day. Sometimes I can follow like 500 people in a day, and sometimes I can only follow like 50 people in a day. And then sometimes I'm blocked for 3 days. But usually I'm trying to follow at least 100 to 200 people a day. So I'll just like give this to you guys so you can kind of compare to see if you're following enough. Last year at this time, in May of last year, I had 800 followers. This time, right now, I have 6,000. So like in 1 year, if you're consistently growing and consistently adding at least 100 to 200 people every single day, you can grow your Instagram pretty easily if you're putting good quality photos up there. Okay, so the next thing, Kat, why don't you explain now how to post?
Okay, so posting, like if you follow me on Facebook, you, like I told you earlier, like a couple product posts and a couple opportunity posts, and like, you don't want to look like a sales ad. And when you don't join this, you don't want to go from like posting all this other stuff to just posting about It Works. So you have to incorporate your own life into it. So for example, like put up a picture of yourself like at the pool, and then put like, can't believe I get to make money from my phone while I'm laying by the pool. Who, like, whatever, just incorporate your own life. And then with the products, like you should obviously be using the products. So if you get your own before and after pictures, definitely be posting those, and then posting pictures of yourself with the products, and like putting videos up about the products, and then like going live on Facebook about you making your coffee in the morning, or about joining your team or whatever. But then like it shouldn't just be like your timeline shouldn't look like a sales page. Like no one wants to be sold to, so it should be like friendly, and then incorporating It Works into your life. And then like you should still post about different things. Like it just comes to my head, like Allie has been talking about this dog forever, and she like posted the cutest picture of it the other day. And so like that's incorporating her life into her timeline as well. And then keep shares down to a minimum. Like don't be sharing recipes and memes and stuff like that. And if you find like a quote or something you like, then save it and then post it as your own.
Awesome. That was great. For Instagram, I want you guys to go to Cheyenne Knox's YouTube page yesterday, or it might have been this morning. She just put up a Instagram training, and it was like all about what your profile should look like and all about what she posts. So I encourage you to go to her YouTube. She puts awesome training videos up there. Go check that out. And if you're on Instagram, love Instagram. I watched it this morning and it was super helpful. I got to like redo my bio a little bit. So check that out. Okay, Kat, why don't you tell us, what do we message? Who do we message? When do we message them? Tell us about that.
Okay, so I don't know, like whenever I first joined, I hated messaging people so much. Like I hated it. And then Allie made me do it all the time. And I was like, now I've kind of got used to it. So messaging like anyone and everyone that you like, first of all, if anyone posts like that they want to lose weight or they have stretch marks or acne or literally anything, because all of our products like solve everything, then obviously you're going to message them. But outside of that, you should just be messaging like your friends on Facebook. Obviously you don't want to add them and like 5 minutes later message them, but add them, like they're going to be seeing your post, and then like message them and just be like, hey girl, this is super random. But you've been popping up on my newsfeed. Make sure you're interacting with them. Be like, you've been popping up on my newsfeed like crazy lately. Do you think you would be interested in what I do? And then like you can message, like if you're trying to get a lot of volume or you're going after your $100 shopping spree or whatever, and you're trying to get customers, you can do like the same thing for products. Like, hey girl, Taylor has a really good message that you've sent me before, of like asking people to be like a 90-day product tester or loyal customer or something.
Okay.
That you've sent to me. I don't know if you still have it. If not, I can find it and post it.
Sorry, I was trying to like unmute myself. Yeah. So for Instagram, well, let's stay on Facebook for a second, because I want to tell you guys a tip that I started doing a few months ago that's been super awesome. It just keeps me really organized and on task when I'm messaging people and interacting. So I have Facebook friend lists. And I make a new one every single month. So I have a February friends list, and every single person that became my friend in February, I added them to this list. And then I have one for March, April, May, and now we're in June. And so I know that the people that I friended in June, I'm not going to go message them. I want them to get to know me, see what I do before I go like attack them with messages. So I'll go back to February, March, all the months prior, and go message those people. It's awesome too for interacting, because sometimes I feel like I'm scrolling my feed and I'm just seeing a lot of distributors. And I love following distributors because it gives me a lot of inspiration and I get great ideas, but it sucks for interacting. And so these Facebook friends lists, I'm able to go to my February friends, and it's just a timeline, just like your regular feed, but it only shows the people that I put into that list. So it's super easy for me to go interact with them. On Facebook, on the left, it says friends lists. Click on that, and then the top right, it'll say create a list on your computer. I don't know how to create a friends list on your phone.
You can't.
You can't. Okay.
No, I was like, I'm going to unmute so I can say it. You can't. You have to create the list on your computer. But then once the list is created, then on your phone, you can put them in it.
Awesome.
But like, you have to create it on your computer.
Yeah. So on the left, it says friends lists, click that. And then at the top right, it says create list. You can name it whatever you want. Anyone that you add to that list, they don't know that they're in that list. They don't get a notification or anything like that. So you're good. You're the only one who can see that. And then as for Instagram, if you guys want to go to my YouTube channel, I have a whole video talking about how I message, when I message the people, what I message. I give all my scripts in that video. But basically, shortcut is what I do is I message my followers. And on Instagram now, there's a way that you can filter your followers so that you see who you followed first, all the way down to who you followed the latest. So I'll put them in order like that. And I've just been literally messaging down the list, so that I know that someone I messaged 2 days ago, I don't just go, or someone that I followed 2 days ago, I don't just go message them. So that's what I do. And it's a very, very simple message. Hey girl, I'm looking for a few 90-day product models. Would you be interested? That's it. Super simple. And we have tons of scripts in our team page as well. So let's talk about interacting next. Interacting is a big thing. We interact so that, one, we can build relationships. We have to build relationships with these people. They have to know that we're a real person behind the screen, that we have things in common with them. Two, if we're not interacting with anybody, if we're not loving on anybody's posts, our stuff that we post isn't going to get shown on their timeline. Okay, so that's a big thing. The more that we're interacting with people, the more our things are going to get shown on their timeline. Do you want to talk about interacting at all, Kat or Allie?
I would say like watching stories. Like that's part of posting is definitely putting up stories and polls on your post, and then watching stories. And I like this helps my interaction so much. If I watch stories and I literally just put like a heart or like comment and be like, oh my gosh, your lunch looks so good, or like whatever they're like putting up, like you just comment about it, and that helps boost your interaction so much. And then how Taylor was saying, like sometimes she feels like she's scrolling and all she sees is distributor posts. I have all of my team in a list. How she was talking about lists, I put all my team in a list and then I unfollow them. And so like if I spend 5 minutes just interacting with my team, just like help out their posts and stuff. And then that way when I'm scrolling, it's not just my team. And then I have like a couple of like top leaders, and like Allie and Taylor, like I have them as see first. So they're like the first post I see when I get on Facebook, but then like I can scroll past them and then there's no more distributors in my feed. So when I'm interacting with people, it's not just a bunch of distributors.
Perfect.
So I want to chime in on something. So I was feeling like I was seeing the same people all the time too. So you know how you start to see like the exact same ads that pop up, like your third post, your eighth post, like on your Facebook, you start to see ads. So I started, if you click on like the 3 dots and you click hide ad, and it'll just say like, why? Is it irrelevant, repetitive, or already purchased? And I'm like, just repetitive or whatever. It just doesn't matter. I started like hiding a bunch of my ads that I was seeing all the time. And suddenly my whole newsfeed changed. Like I was seeing, so I don't know if Facebook's like, oh, she's interested in different things. And I've heard that your ad preferences do, like if you clear your ad preferences, which I don't know how to do that. So I just started like unfollowing some of the ads. Everything I've seen has changed. And then, yeah, like Kat saying like, when you like, for as far as your see first, so we talk all about your circle of influence, and like you're going to be the most people, or the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, those people can't always be your best friend, so I make sure I consume their content. So like I have like people who either are super consistent, always have amazing posts, or people who like really, really inspire me, like Steph Dunn or Rachel Hollis, or like people like that. Those are all my see first. So as soon as I go to my feed, I get amazing post ideas from distributors busting their butt, and I get inspiration from people who I want to be like. So that's really good. And then anytime I see someone with a post, I'm like, dang, that is good. But they're like, they posted it 7 minutes ago. I can't like copy and paste that now. I save it. And then I have saved folders for like posts and different things, but I have post ideas. And they go back. So anytime this morning I was like, oh, I need a good lifestyle post, I can go to post ideas and I can copy and paste someone's content from a year ago, change the words, make it relevant to me, and boom, like it's done. But as far as your feed, yeah, that interaction. And then another thing I like to do is like a picture of a mom and her daughter. And I'm like, so cute. It's like the best day. Then I'm going to message that mom and be like, hey, didn't want to blow up your post, but I love your leggings. Where'd you get them? So then I've like interacted. And if you want people to see you, the number one way for them to see you is you to be in their inbox. Like if you are, and if they've responded, then like, boom, you're going to be at the top of their newsfeed.
So saying happy birthday, not just on their wall, but in their inbox. That's a daily thing. Like I get a notification, or I believe it's in everybody's notifications. I'm not positive though. It says so, like 5 people's birthday is today. Go get in their inbox, say happy birthday, beautiful. And then they say thank you, and then ask them what they did, or, say something, a question of some sort, just to get interacting with them.
Yeah. I say, happy birthday. Do you have any big plans today? And then they always going to write back. And so then boom, conversation.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So then that's pretty much like the 4 big things you want to do: post, interact, message, grow your network. And then we want to follow up, because 90% of sales happen probably after the 7th time you followed up with them. So how do we follow up? Kat, do you want to talk about how you follow up?
So sure. So I don't know. I know a lot of people do like the Friday thing, but I kind of do like, I don't know, a long time ago I watched a video and it was like a 2 by 2 by 2 rule. And so I've always used that and it works pretty well for me. And then I'll throw some Fridays in there too. So whenever I message someone, and whether like if they just completely ignore me, whether like if they just completely ignore me, I'll message them like 2 days later. But if someone tells me like, oh yeah, I'm gonna order, and then they don't, like I'm gonna message them probably like the next day and be like, hey girl, like you told me you're gonna order, I have like a 40% code off still. If you want that spot, let me know. And then like Fridays are always good to follow up, but because everyone gets paid on Fridays. So if I do like 2 days and then 2 weeks, and then you could do like 2 months if you want to wait a long time, but I don't ever wait that long. So I just do like 2 days, 2 weeks. And then after that, that's like 2 messages. So I might wait like another week and then like follow up again. And if they have ignored me for like a 3rd time in a row, then I'm going to give them like a month or so off, and then I'm going to follow up with them again. I have like a notebook. I don't have it in here, but I have a notebook that has literally from the day I joined, anyone who said that they were interested in a product or becoming a distributor, I have them written down. And they're like, if you can go to some of the messages and it's like me. I don't ever reply, but I just keep following up with them because the first time I joined this company, it was 2 years ago, and I was looking back at those messages, and she had literally like done that to me. Like I never replied to her for like 3 months in a row, and she just kept messaging me. And I think like someone, probably Allie, told me that it takes like the average person to see something 8 times and before you like buy into it. And so like, and they don't have it in their head. So like I never feel bad for following up because they don't have this business or this product in their head like we do. And so they might just forget to reply to you, or like maybe they were busy and they like opened up your message and like, oh, I'm going to reply to her, and then didn't. Or maybe they just didn't have the money. Like I literally, this girl the other day, she was like, I like didn't have the money. And that's literally why I didn't reply to you, because I asked her, I was like, hey, I was like, did I offend you? Which is something Allie taught me. I was like, hey, did I offend you? And she was like, no. She's like, I'm sorry I'm ignoring you. I just don't have the money right now. And I was like, girl, that is nothing to be ashamed of. Like, I completely understand. And I was like, you don't have to ignore me because of that. And she like, we're literally talking about it and have been talking ever since. Like, so I never feel bad. Like someone asked me if you feel bad for following up, but I never feel bad for following up because I just think like they were interested at one point. So I'm just going to keep following up with them until they literally tell me like, leave me alone, or they order.
Yeah, they can unfriend you or unfollow you for a reason. So like if they're still following, something is keeping them hooked. What I do on Instagram, so I kind of have 3 messages. They're like my go-to messages. So if they're, I don't know, probably like 27 and younger, I send them a message that says something like, hey, so I know you probably get this message all the time, but I was curious if you might want to be a 90-day product tester for me. You're so pretty and I think you'd be perfect. I'm looking for a few ladies right now who would, and I would love your help to build my portfolio. You get a huge discount. Are you open to more info? If they're look like they're probably like 30s and older, I send them a different message that isn't so like, oh, you're so pretty. It's more like, I don't know. It's just different.
Calling us over 30 old ladies, Taylor?
No. Okay, I'm like getting kind of close, 25. But if they don't respond to either of those messages, my follow-up is just, hey, did you get a chance to read my last message? Sometimes they're like, yeah, I was at work. Sorry, I'm totally interested. Can you send me some info? Sometimes they still don't reply. If they don't reply to that, it's really easy on Instagram to just scroll back into your messages. So if it was from 2 months ago or more, I will unsend those messages. And then I send my super basic one that just says, hey, I'm looking for a few 90-day product models. Are you interested? So when I send that, if I see that in my inbox, I know that this is the second time I've messaged them about this. If they still don't reply after I say, hey, did you get a chance to read my message? Now that's 4 times. I totally change the subject, and I'm just going to comment about something on their profile, their last story, something totally random, to kind of like take the pressure off, you know? And then anyone who does respond ever saying that they even might be interested, if we have a full conversation about something, whatever it is, their name is getting written down in my planner. So then I can go back to those people separately. Do you have any other tips, Allie?
No, really. I mean, I think you're dead on there. Like, if someone's not responding to you, if somebody is not, if you've even said, like, did I offend you, whatever, then yeah, just change the subject. And they'll come back. They're still watching. You're still in their inbox. I mean, you guys, I had somebody, her message just popped up as we were talking here. And she said, just in the back of my mind, I can't shake this. And I'm like, girl, this girl, I met her for probably happy hour a year ago. Like, I've talked to her about products. Every product post she comments and she won't message. And I looked back and it had probably been 7 messages like unresponded. And I've gone back to, how's grad school? How's your kids? Are you guys still moving? They're doing Dave Ramsey. Like, don't just be like a sales robot. People aren't buying your products, they're buying you. And like, they don't want to be sold to. Like, why do like used car salesmen like have a dirty reputation? Like, right? Because they're salesy. Just be a friend and talk about helping. And then that's where it'll come from. No, you're dead on, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, we're here to provide solutions to their problems. Okay, so then the last 2 like bonus things that we want to do or make sure that we're keeping up with is connecting with our team and then taking care of our customers. We have to provide customer service. Yeah, the company does an awesome job with that, but we want to make sure that we still have a relationship with our customers so that they continue to support us years down the road. So that just is something like explaining what all the perks that they get as a loyal customer, explaining how the perk points work, explaining, or in 2 weeks saying, hey, did you get your package? And then explaining how to use those. A lot of my customers are Keto Coffee customers. So what I did is I saved a video of myself making the coffee hot and making it cold. So as soon as they get their stuff, they usually text me. And I send them both of those videos just so they know how to use it. And then just checking in 2 months later, just keeping in contact with them. So now we want to talk about finding a routine. How do we fit this business into our life? So I kind of want all of us to just touch on how we run our business or how we fit it into our life, because all of us have pretty different lives. So Allie, do you want to start?
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Let me pull up my notes here. Of course, I just clicked off of them. Okay. So fitting this into our lives. You guys, first, like, you have, as your business grows and as your life changes, like, how you work is going to change. When I first started, I had a 2-year-old. She went to bed at 6:45 or 7 every night. She was in daycare all day. And I would like make dinner. We would eat like after her and then like clean up. And from about 8 to 11, I messaged. And that was 6 years ago. Like, I couldn't even be like, I could message from my phone and stuff. Like, phones were not as good as they are now. It was easier to work on my computer. So I could sit down and I would just like message like crazy. That's all I did. I just asked people to join my team. Posted, and then I'd like listen to videos and stuff, but I really didn't even know what I was doing. And I just would message people. And then I would wake up like 5 minutes early and I would on my computer like put up a post. And then usually like at lunch, because I worked full time, I would put up a post and then I'd answer things from like bathrooms, boardrooms. I'd like get a phone call from a PDT and I'd like slip into the stairwell at my office. Like, clearly my head was not in the game. But like now, I work totally differently. So now I have 3 kids, and I cannot stress enough routine. How important routine is. Okay. So we all say, oh, we all have the same 24 hours in the day. No, we all have the same 16 hours in the day, because you need to be getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Okay. Like, you cannot, and I'm like saying this at Taylor and Katrina, you cannot be a good leader, wife, friend, sibling, mother. You can do it. Like, last night, I got like 6 hours of sleep. Yep, my daughter got home from Florida. My dog was barking at 5:45. I was up, like, life happened, okay? But you better bet that, like, I'm going to be struggling through the family call tonight. Like, I need to get to bed, because now my routine is lights out by, I try to be in bed at 10 p.m., which means sometimes, like, I can't be on a Zoom or something. I'm in bed at 10. My phone is plugged in across my room. So I'm not looking at the screen anymore. I'm reading a physical book. Maybe it works related, maybe not, maybe sales, maybe motivation, maybe money, maybe whatever. And then when I get tired, when my lights are out by 10:30, my alarm was out at 5:30. This is hard, you guys. 5:30 makes me want to die. I am not a morning person. Makes me want to die. Well, my kids don't get up till 7:30. So you guys, that gives me, I come down, I make my cup of coffee. I sit in a chair in my office and I write in my journal. I write gratitude and I write my goals. And if you guys, I mean, I have a serious, like, love affair. Rachel Hollis is my best friend. And I write in her Start Today journal. Highly, 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 highly recommend journaling in some way. You going to bed? I'll come up and say goodnight in a little bit. Sorry. Child. If you don't know how to journal, go to it's called the Rise podcast. It's Rachel Hollis' podcast, and it's episode 72. And it's exactly what her Start Today journal says. It's like the first chapter, and it's exactly how to journal. Start my day with gratitude, and then I write my 10 big goals that will get me to where I want to be in 10 years. And then the goal I'm working on first, which for anybody's information is triple ambassador. I did not want to be double. I want to be triple ambassador. My account, my husband's account, and my 2.0, all ambassador. That's my number one goal. And then I actually have a separate notebook too, and then I write my affirmations for the day. And you guys, I do this at 5:30 in the morning, as literally I'm like fighting to keep my eyes awake because I haven't even fully woken up. Sometimes when I'm like struggling in my office, I like turn on a little like Taylor Swift or Beyonce and like have a dance party by myself for 5 minutes to like get some blood moving. But starting day early, you guys, every millionaire, every billionaire, every entrepreneur, if you read any other books, read and listen to their podcasts, every single one of them is going to tell you to get up early. If you're struggling with how the heck do you do that, Mel Robbins, the 5-second rule, that changed my whole life about 2.5 years ago. That really changed my whole life, my whole business. I posted something from her today on the team page. So routine is it. But y'all, if you are killing it with the 22-year-old sector and they want an Instagram message till 1 a.m., do that. So I'm saying get up an hour earlier than you usually do. If you usually get up at 10, get up at 9. That's fine. But we all need to give ourselves sleep. And we all have to prioritize within the other 16 hours of the day. This business is not binary. Like, you can do, it doesn't mean your business gets all of your energy. But when you're doing your business, it should get all of your energy. Then when you're with your family, they should get all of your energy. Any of you who have been with me very long, you know that from about 4 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, you're probably not going to get a reply from me. My kids are home. We're doing homework. We're making dinner. We're doing baths. We're doing bedtime. And I know that my kids don't want me all day. But for 30 minutes when we're doing a puzzle or homework, like, they're going to get me. Sometimes I'm so hooked to my business, or there's such a hot PDT, I have to turn my phone off and plug it in, like, in my bedroom upstairs. And if that's what it takes, and that's what my husband and I actually both had to do for a while. We had like no phone time from like 5 to 7 because we always had our phones with us. Find your routines and be intentional. There are limitless power hours. Taylor's constantly doing things. Katrina's doing things. Amy's doing things. I mean, there's people constantly doing power hours. If you don't know what to do, like, you're not connected enough. use the team page, but create your routine and stick to it. And of course, I don't have the piece of paper I'm looking for. Forever ago, I was like, I just can't figure it out. Here it is. I cannot find the time. I can't find the time. So finally, I wrote out a schedule. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I made my whole schedule, you guys, and I went through, and it was like, okay, if I am up from 5:30 till 9 p.m., what's my day look like? And it was like 5:30 a.m. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out of bed, dressed. 5:30 to 5:50, keto coffee and journal entry. 5:50 to 7 a.m., boot camp class at the community center, like next door. 7 to 8, Addie up into school. 8 to 9, shower, video ready, shower and be video ready, like do my laundry. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., that's a full work day. And then listed out the things I would do and make a video. 48 family time, 8 to 9, show me the money call. 9 p.m., into bed reading. Like when I did this, I wrote out a huge list of every single thing I wanted to accomplish in a week. And then I made myself put it into a calendar. You guys, I can honestly say I've never stuck to one of these days. It was a freaking slap in the face that was like, you have so much more time than you realize. If you are struggling with routine, I cannot recommend this enough. Sit down after this call or through all the calls tonight, there's a lot, and just write out every single thing you need to do in a week to like make your business and your life like you the healthiest version of yourself. You're a super present friend, family member, wife, parent, whatever you want to be. Alone time for me. Like I even had on here 8 to 11 p.m. on a Friday night, date or solo, no work. One night I had like 7 to 9 p.m. I think I got to find it. One night I had 7 to 9 p.m. Netflix or DVR shows. Like I still need my Grey's Anatomy, and I'm not going to apologize for that. I've been with them since the beginning. So, and like Saturday was like coffee journal, clear my inbox during morning cartoons, minimum 1 power hour, and then add some things. Like Sundays were my day with my kids. So I cannot recommend this enough. You guys have the time. Create habits in your life. Create systems. And for once in your life, like make a promise to yourself that you're not going to break. Like why we would never, if we were waking up at 5 a.m. to like meet our friend for coffee, would you bow out? Would you bail? No, you'd be like, oh my God, it's 4:45, and you'd like get your butt out of bed, right? So why, when our alarm goes off to meet ourselves and push ourselves to our goals, why do we let ourselves down? Make the promise to yourself, make the commitment, write it out if you have to, and just don't break the promise. But if you're struggling with like how to take those action steps and be like, oh, I just can't do it, Mel Robbins all day long. After the Zoom, I will find one of her like 30 to 60-minute interviews where she really explains her whole thought process. But y'all, that book, she's fun to listen to too, on audio or in writing. It really was probably like the first catalyst that like pushed me out of like my postpartum like funk about when Jack was about 8 months old. Changed everything for me, and business just been going up from there.
Yeah, I love Mel Robbins. Just YouTube her, and all of her videos will get you out of bed. What Allie was saying about not bringing a promise to yourself, you guys, that's why I do the power hours in the morning, and I change it. The time is different each month. So like right now I'm doing Tuesday through Friday power hours. It's 8 a.m. my time. So probably 10 a.m. most of your guys' time. But that's why I have to do that. I have to do that myself. I can't be like, yeah, I'm going to get on Amy Spence's power hour, because I'm probably going to, it sucks to say, and I'm not proud of it, but I might break that promise to myself. That's why
you're not getting up at 4 a.m. to do a power hour. Like that's not healthy.
Yes. But if there was someone my time, I still might not get on it. And that I'm trying to work through that, but that's why I hold the power hours even though, guess what? Most of the time, one person gets on the power hour. But it's me keeping myself accountable, knowing in my head that if I don't get on, there's going to be somebody who, I mean, they're counting on me, right? Even it doesn't matter what rank you are. I started these when I was a Ruby, you guys, and there was nobody showing up. But it made me get my butt out of bed and open the computer, and it didn't matter because somebody might show up 15 minutes later, and if I wasn't doing tasks, then what did that make me look like? So that's how I kind of keep myself accountable. And each month for me is honestly different. I don't have a set schedule. I have never I have written things out like Allie did or does, but I don't stick to it like she said. And I feel like crap when I don't stick to it. So I don't write a schedule out. But what I do, or what I've noticed really, is when I wake up, if I get out of bed and start working in another room, if it's messy, I cannot focus at all. So last month, I was doing my power hours at 9 a.m. and I would wake up at 7 and I would make my coffee, put up my posts and stuff, and then I would have to clean. I'd have to clean everything before I could actually intentionally work. Now, this month, I've been wanting to wake up a little earlier. Guess what? I'm still waking up at 7. But what I'm doing now is I go make my coffee and I get back into bed, but it's with my computer and I'm doing my power hours from my bed every morning, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm getting the same amount of work done, but you have to figure out what works for you. Every single person is going to be different. Everybody's schedule is different. You guys, I am a double diamond and I'm still working 40 hours a week. So you can do it. You can make X amount. What Lauren and somebody else went presidential while still working full time.
Amy Spence didn't quit her job until 2 months after she went ambassador.
So it's you just
she went ambassador as a high school guidance counselor and volleyball coach. That's freaking nuts. I worked through I went double diamond in 5 months and was working a brand new job traveling regionally, and my cubicle was directly across from the executive director. I couldn't be on my phone, and I did it in 5 months, and then I was like, peace. Don't recommend just quitting on a whim at double. I just hated that job.
Yeah, so I'm a gymnastics coach, so when I'm coaching, I literally cannot have my phone on me. I will get yelled at. So I go to work from noon to 8, so my schedule is kind of backwards. And so I am working in the morning, getting my errands done in the morning, and then I'm at work. And like Allie said about, you have to be all in with your kids when it's time to be all there. You have to be all in with your business when it's time to be all there. So for me, when I get home from work in between 8:30 and 9 p.m. and I can't touch my phone until 9 o'clock or 9:30. I'm trying to make this rule for myself. I cannot touch my phone until 9:30. So when I get home at 9, it's me and my husband eating dinner and watching a show for 30 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. No, I'm not hungry. Thank you. That is our time. If I'm sitting on my phone while eating dinner, he'll say something, be like, hey, your food's getting cold. And it's like a wake up call. Taylor, you need to be with your husband when it's time to be with your husband. You have to be there as a wife, all in, before you can be 100% at your business, at whatever. Like Allie said, you have to be all in. So set boundaries for yourself. And that's going to make you get really intentional with your time. Do you want to add anything else, Kat or Allie, before we move on to talking about setting goals and then missing them?
No, I think that's awesome. I just think it's just if you can write down and we'll talk about this more in your goals, but the second you have a very, very clear picture of your goals and the things you need to be doing to get there, it's going to be easier to be intentional about them. So pay attention to this next part about goal setting.
Why don't you just take it away? Talk about goal setting and.
Oh man. Okay. So goals. Goals are crazy, right? So goals are you're oh, these dreams, and we all have these crazy dreams. and we like want to do things one day, and then suddenly, and it feels like, well, financially, you're never going to be able to get there. You're never going to have the time off. And then suddenly, as you catch vision with this company, you realize that this company is your vehicle. And so there's some different things, and this is a really interesting perspective I've had lately. So I went into a personal growth conference last weekend thinking that, like, as we dug deep in everything, that my like goals were not going to be that my like this is my job. This is my full-time career. It works, fully supports my family. My husband stays home. So like, this is my, people are like, oh, like work your side hustle and then you get your real job. Like, this has to be my real job. But I was thinking, okay, well, what's going to come out of my head is going to be that really I want to, like, my passion is going to be like really start taking this into being a motivational speaker or writing a book or doing all these big things I had. But as I started writing out, and we're going to do an activity on the team page about like really visualizing to dig your deep into your goals. But as I start figuring out like what I want my life to look like in 10 years and like what are the 10 things I want to be achieving to make that life happen, it became abundantly clear that if I keep making it work's my number one priority, that like 6 of them are going to just happen. Like, how crazy is that? Like, living in a fully renovated dream house. Like this house, y'all, I like live in 1984. Like I have pink countertops. And being completely debt free. Making millions of dollars a year through multiple streams of income. Well, I can't turn assets into assets unless I have the first ones, right? So really starting to realize that like it works is my vehicle. So you need to have goals within your business and you need to have goals within your life. And the goals within your life might feel insane, but knowing that it works as your vehicle and knowing that you are truly, truly limitless and truly believing that you can be successful in this business, that's when it's going to hit you. Like, if you don't really believe that you can make money, you don't really believe that you can be successful in this, no one else is ever going to believe it. If you keep being like, oh, I like have this little side hustle, but I'm like really not very good at sales. Like, yeah, it's going to stay your little side hustle and you're kind of still going to suck at sales. So, you need to make a dream board. You need to visualize and let your brain wander into like, what does your dream life look like? You guys, it can be as silly as something as like your dream puppy, but like, y'all, I've manifested this freaking puppy for 2 years and we are getting her on Sunday, a week from today. And like, it's so silly, but paying for our kitchen renovation in cash, taking a family vacation to Hawaii, taking a trip with just my husband to France and Italy and going to wine country. Like, these are dreams. So then setting my goals within my business, know that I'm going to take me to my dreams. Does that make sense to you guys? So now you need to set your goals, and your goals should be, what do they say? SMART goals. I'm going to totally screw this up. Somebody Google that one. There's SMART
Specific.
Goals. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and
time-oriented.
Thank you. As soon as you said specific, it all came back. The only one I don't agree with in there is realistic, because I think only you decide what's realistic. Like, if you say, I want to go ambassador in a year, and someone else like, well, that's not realistic, be like, if somebody had told me that, I'd be like, watch me. Like, don't tell me what I can't do. And that's the mindset I took in this business, y'all. You have to drop every limit, and then whatever goal you have is attainable. So it's really, really easy to set big goals for yourself, and I encourage you to set big goals for yourself. And the one thing you have to remember is that forward is a pace. So maybe you say, I'm going to go Ruby my first month, and you don't. Or I'm going to go triple diamond in 6 months, and you don't. Like, are you doing your best? Are you moving forward? Are you growing as a leader and a person? Are you finding the right people within your organization to come with you? Then you're moving forward. You're getting there. And so you don't need to put a deadline on your goals because you're going to miss them. You know, I joined the month Chantel Lyons went ambassador, and she had done it in 15 months. And I was like, oh, game on. I'm going to do it in a year. You know what, y'all? I didn't. I went pres in a year. That was pretty awesome. That took me 9 more months after that to go ambassador. And it was freaking hard. It was really, really, really hard. And I claimed it every month. This is my month. It's happening. This is my month. No, really, you guys. And like, you're going to miss them. But like, it doesn't mean you failed. And that's what you have to remember. Like, so there's a Stephen Furtick, and I'll find the clip because it's one of my favorites. And I remember seeing it for the first time the month before I went ambassador because I felt I barely missed it and I couldn't get it done. And he said that in every journey, we stop and we pause and we look forward, and the end looks so far away and you feel like there's just this huge gap. Like, how are you ever going to get there? How are you ever going to close that gap? And just feels like this insurmountable amount of space, right? But like, there's a second gap because you got to turn around and you got to see how far you've come, and you have to appreciate that, and you have to pat yourself on the back and give yourself gratitude for what you've done, because maybe it takes you a year to go Ruby. Who freaking cares? Somebody who didn't start, they're still at the starting point. And if every single month you close that gap just a tiny bit, you're making progress. So you're going to miss goals. Stop putting deadlines on your goals, but write down your goals every single day and claim them as they are. Because the more, and okay, this sounds crazy, but you write them down and then speak them out loud. It speaks to different parts of our subconscious when you do that. And it actually, when you speak to your subconscious in the present tense, your brain starts doing things subconsciously to figure out new pathways to make them happen. So you guys, every single morning, I write, I am triple ambassador. We make 3 million plus a year. We live in our fully renovated dream home. I am an incredible mom. I have an amazing marriage. I claim these things, I write them down, and then alone in my office, I speak them out loud. And you guys, when it's the end of the month, I am sitting in my office going, potential loyal customers are filling my inbox. They want 7 products. My customers are exploding with passion. Distributors are chasing me down to join my business. And it happens. Like, the universe hears you. And so it's crazy. So claim your goals, know you're going to miss them, and just keep going, because forward's a pace. Okay. Stanley calls starts in like 8 minutes, so I could really keep going, but I won't.
You guys, what she said about claiming them as they are, like I am, it's not bullshit. You guys, I used to hear this and been like, yeah, it works. That's all bullshit. Go watch or listen to or read any successful multimillionaire, and they're going to tell you those exact same things. It's real. It's super, super real. I feel like some people are like, yeah, okay. It's so, so real. Okay, so I really like what Ashley Blum always says. She's like, oh shoot, what did she say? Like, she'll be pushing for a goal, and then she doesn't hit it. She's not super upset, or she doesn't look to the person next to her and compare and say, well, this person got it. Why didn't I? How come this person is here and I'm not? She's just like, wow, I'm way closer than I would have been if I just kept doing what I was doing the month prior. Okay, and if you didn't hit your goals, you might be closer than you were before, but sometimes you have to get kind of real with yourself and be like, did I really do what it takes to get to that goal? Because there's been times where I'm like, yeah, I want double. And I didn't do what it actually took to be a double diamond. I'd go watch other double diamond Zooms and be like, I didn't act like her, so why would I deserve that? So go to whatever your goal is, go to somebody who's already accomplished that and go ask them, okay, what do I need to do every single day? Like, tell them to be very real with you. because there's been times where distributors have heard someone say what I just told you, and they come to me when I was a diamond. Actually, somebody had come to me on my team and they said, what do you do as a diamond every single day? And I was just like, oh, well, she was brand new. And I was like, you just got to be consistent. Post, message, follow. But no, as a diamond, there's really a lot more that you got to do. You've put a lot into it to get there, but it's so worth it because at that point, you've unlocked so much. If you aren't a diamond yet, you will unlock so much that you don't even know yet. And by that time, you're bringing in a full-time income from your phone that you can do while working 40 hours a week at another job, while working 60 hours a week. So nothing else can do that for you, you guys. And I recently started listening to and reading books and podcasts by David Bach, and you guys should go check him out. I put him in the chat. He is like awesome. He's a multimillionaire, and he teaches that anybody, doesn't matter your income, anybody can become a millionaire by the time they retire down the road, But I was talking to Allie about this, and we were like, yeah, but that's awesome. I totally want to be a millionaire when I'm retired, but this thing, it works that we have, this is a vehicle to make that so accelerated. I can become a millionaire in 2 years, in 3 years, and a multimillionaire with this. It doesn't have to be this long thing where at retirement, this is happening. This can, like this, I don't know. I'm just excited about this. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, I made $1 million in 33 months. $1 million in 33 months in this business. And y'all, I'm going to be really honest. I'm going to do a whole other Zoom on this. Just as Taylor was talking about this, I was like, I got to do like Finance 101 Zoom with this team. Because I'm a lot older than a lot of people. And, but Tom and I kind of like looked at each other when we got our millionaire's trophy, and we were like, blew it. Where'd it go? Like, where'd that first million go? And we lived a great life, and we did date nights and vacations, and we did, like, we bought our farm. We, obviously paid a shitload of taxes, but like, now we're like, oh, we're going to be such better stewards of our money. And like, who cares if we don't have a ton of the first million to show other than like owning 100 acres? Like, now, like, we can just go make another million. Cool. It's not like we hit the lottery and it's gone. Like, I can just go make a few more million and then start making those millions turn into more millions. Like, it's just so freaking cool. So cool.
We should totally do a Zoom on finance.
I just wrote it down. Finance 101 Zoom. I'll set it up. I'll figure it out. We leave on vacation tomorrow, but I'll figure it out.
Okay, awesome. Because I'm like super into saving and money right now. Okay.
Well, I was in corporate America for 10 years first. So yeah, I got you guys. Got it. Very loud and clear.
Awesome. Okay.
Yes.
All right. We joined this because we want to make money most of the time, right? Okay. So just to wrap this up, because the family call is going to start in like 5 minutes, do you guys want to talk about signing DTs for 99, or should we save that for next week when our codes are gone, or how do you want to close this out?
I can chime in on that, because so many people joined our team this year for $20, right? Half price, literally. Like, May hit, and I was like, I haven't signed someone for full price in like 8 months. And I was like, shoot, what the heck? Y'all, I turned 99 into a couple $1 million. $99 is a steal to start a business. Starting a new restaurant on average costs about $750,000 to $1 million. Okay? Starting a new retail is like $250,000. It's $99. And if you are begging them for their info and you are begging them to join your team, they're not going to work. You're going to beg them to work. But you guys, stop being like, oh, God, I wish there was a code. Oh, stop making excuses for them. If they're not giving you the excuse that they don't have the money, they have it. And here's the deal. Everybody has it. It's how they're choosing to spend it. Share the vision. Share what this is done for you. Don't keep saying, oh, and you get this kit and you get your e-suite. And that's just what you get. No, you get freedom. You get opportunity. You get team. You get community. You get leadership. Stop sharing like the details of what it is and start sharing the benefit of what it's going to do for people. And once you open their eyes to and learn their why and share with them like how they're going to change their life with this, then $99 isn't a drop in the bucket. They're going to freaking figure it out. Stop trying to like sell the business. Start trying to sell what it's going to do for this person. And once you get to know somebody and their why, you're going to be able to do that much easier. So, y'all, $99 is nothing. Stop making excuses for people before they even make excuses for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, and honestly, $99, when you look at other network marketing companies like the makeup companies and things like that, I think we're probably like the cheapest.
And we don't keep inventory.
And we don't keep inventory. Which
guys, Rosen Fields is like $500 to join. LuLaRoe is like a $5,000 startup. And they have to have like a room in their closet that's turned into a retail space or a room in their house. That shit's nuts. Mary Kay has to buy like $250 a month or something to keep in inventory.
Yep. So,
Bonkers.
you know, if you have that mindset of, oh, it's too expensive, you're going to put that vibe out there. And those people who you talk to are going to feel that and think the same thing. So change your mindset first. Okay. I think that's good. Yeah.
I think we're good.
You guys, the family
Mark. Mark is not live yet, so.
Okay, so the family call is about to start in like 3 minutes, you guys. For those of you who don't know, go to Mark Pentecost. He's our CEO. On his Facebook page every single Sunday night at this time, he goes live and he just gets us ready for the week, talks about any maybe new products, bonuses, really just gets us set up for the week. So don't miss that. We will see you on it. And I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome week. Last week of the month, hit it strong. I will put this up on my YouTube and I will see you guys later. Have a good night.
After the family